Is it going?
Whenever you're ready.
I'm trying it.
Do you want it to go sideways?
No. No. We don't need to go sideways. I just want to make sure I'm in. Okay, good. Okay, can I start?
It's already started.
Oh. Hey guys, so today we're going to be learning about discovering different themes in literature. So, before we start, we're going to take a look at our standard, just so you guys kind of know what we're talking about today. Being able to determine a theme or central idea of a text and how it's conveyed through particular details, as well as providing a summary distinct from your personal opinions or judgments. So we're going to be focusing more on just being able to determine the theme from the central text, and you guys are going to be able to provide evidence. So, what exactly is theme? Does anyone know what the theme is without reading straight off of my board? Noah?
It's like sci-fi, horror.
Kind of. We're thinking more
That's
of...
a genre.
Yeah, that's more of a genre, which that's okay.
So we're talking about like SpongeBob,
Oh, I
like
think
my
I
room.
No, Allie.
I think it's like there's country music and then there's pop music.
Dumb. That's
That's
genre.
also kind of more of genre. It's okay. Sometimes literature can be kind of confusing. Yes, Caroline?
The theme is gonna teach you a lesson.
Good. That's exactly right. So if we look here, the theme is pretty much the main message of the story. So it's what the author is trying to get across. It's kind of the point that they're trying to make. Typically themes are like broad statements about life. They're not really just like one specific thing. They're not specific to the story, which is super important to think about. So when you're looking at a theme can be applied to multiple different stories. And they're not exactly stated. So that means, who knows what that means? If it's not stated, what does that mean?
It doesn't really.
You have to take a guess.
Good. So if it's not stated, you kind of have to infer, which is why it's super important that we are going to be kind of looking at context clues during this lesson. So right here on the right, I have some examples of some themes that we've seen in some of our books that we've read. So a theme could be friendship. A theme could be talking about having courage. It's super important to have courage. Treating people with kindness. Always telling the truth. Hard work pays off. So another example, always telling the truth. Who can think of a story that might have that theme in it? I think it has to do with a little boy.
Cried wolf.
Yeah, good, Caroline. So a little boy
Not
cried
Pinocchio.
wolf. That
The one who cried wolf. Pinocchio.
Pinocchio, that could also be good.
Big
Good job,
old piece
Noah.
of wood.
So those are kind of how we figure out the theme. Hard work pays off. We could see in the Three Little Pigs, because what happens to the third little pig?
He dies.
No, the third little pig. What? We like the third little pig. What did he do right?
Blew the house down.
He didn't blow the house down.
I haven't read that.
Oh, we're
in
talking
a
about
long
the
time.
brick dude.
Yeah, the
guy
brick
with
dude,
bricks.
right. He worked really hard, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he worked really hard to like. make
Right, the
house
other
sturdy.
ones, they just built it, they
Real
did quick
sturdy.
so they could play. So we learned that hard work pays off through that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this first story together. We're gonna read it, and then we're gonna try and figure out what the theme is. And so you guys have this one in front of you on your piece of paper. And while we're reading it, what I want you to do is I want you to kind of think about finding some key points that you might think goes along with the theme, or things that you might think contribute. So, Kara chose a difficult piece to play for the piano recital. Her teacher advised her to select an easier one, but Kara knew she could do it. Kara practiced every day after school. When her friends called to see if she could play, Kara told them that she couldn't and continued to practice. Even with all that practicing, a week before the recital, Kara still could not play the piece without making any mistakes. Kara thought about giving up and switching to an easier piece, but instead she decided to double her practice time. The night the recital arrived, Kara was the last student to play, and as she walked onto the stage to take her place at the piano, she remembered all the long, hard hours she'd spent practicing. Kara began to play. Her hands danced across the keyboard. She knew the piece so well. When the final note faded, the room erupted into applause. She played the piece perfectly. So who thinks that they maybe have a general idea of where our theme could be going? Yes, Allie?
Practice makes perfect.
Good. See, that's an example of a theme. Anyone else think that they have a good
Hard
idea?
work pays off.
Good. All right, so let's take a look at the 3 options that we have. So when we look at these 3, 1, it takes a lot of practice to play the piano.
Facts.
2, Kara practiced a lot and did well. Or 3, persistence pays off.
What is persistence?
It kind of is what Ali was saying about hard work and continuing to like really practice something over and over and stick to it. So if we're looking at the 3 of these, what do you think the theme was of our story?
I don't think it's number 2
Why don't you think it's number 2?
because it's not really like it's not really.
It can go with
theme-worthy.
multiple stories.
Good, Caroline. See, number 2, we're talking specifically about Kara. And does a theme specifically talk about one story?
Mm-mm.
No. So it's not number 2. What do
Oh,
you
so
think?
it's like a Hobby Lobby kind of quote is a theme.
Yeah, kind of. It's something that you might see when you go in Hobby Lobby, put it on the
Okay.
if that helps you think about
So
it.
that means it's not
So
number
that
1.
means it's got to be 3.
Right, would you see this on, who would
No.
want to buy that at Hobby Lobby? No.
Boo.
Good, so
Oh,
number
I'm buying
3,
that one.
this, you can see this on the
W
little
side.
thing. So the theme was persistence pays off. So what we're gonna also do here is when we look at our passage, because I want you guys to focus on finding evidence in the passage that supports our theme of persistence paying off. So are there anything that you guys underlined, or when we're looking at their passage, what are things that we can maybe pull out of the passage to support that? Caroline?
Kara practiced every day after school.
Good. What is that? That kind of shows us that what? She's practicing really hard. What's another piece of evidence you can pull?
Kara thought about giving up.
Yeah.
Good. And did she give up?
No.
No. Right. Anything else? Let's try and get 3.
She played the piece perfectly.
Good job, Allie. All right, you kind of nailed all 3 of the ones that I picked out here. You guys did it perfectly. She
Cracks,
chose
my guys.
Noah. That's up here.
I'll be my beat.
It's
Go
okay.
do your thing.
She chose a difficult piece to play. When the teachers wanted to pick an easier piece, she knew she could do it. She knew she could keep going. Like you said, Caroline, she thought about giving up, but she didn't. Instead, she doubled her practice time. And then what Allie said, she played the piece perfectly, and she remembered all the long hours. So this all shows us that she was persistent throughout the story, and these are evidence from the story. So now what I want you guys to do is I'm going to get you guys in groups. And we have a few passages around the room, and I want you guys just to pick one of the passages that you're going to go to. And then on your worksheet, I want you guys to try and write down what you think the theme of that passage is. And then on the back, I want you to find 3 pieces of evidence. Do you guys think you can do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So there are 2, and then if you guys want to get into groups of 3, you can go to that table or that one over there. And then afterwards, you guys are gonna come up as a group and just explain to us what you found. No, get in at least around this. Yeah, no.
It's a voice only.
Okay.
Doing a solo round. Oh.
And then,
I don't want to do this.
wait, what's wrong with that one?
You know Sarah's my ex. Why'd you put her on that?
Yeah, this one's better.
She cheated on me.
I think this one would be better. Make sure you guys are underlining pieces of evidence so it'll make it easier for you guys to share with the class.
I would buy that Hobby Lobby.
I would buy that at Hobby Lobby too. Make sure you're underlining it, find your evidence.
Don't put things off at the last minute.
And then when you guys are done with your passage, you can bring it up to the front and come take a seat. Perfect. All right, just sit in your seat up front, and then we'll go over it as a class.
Noah.
It's okay.
Oh, I'm perfecting it. My craft.
Noah's working hard over there.
Making incredible science for Hobby.
All right, are we all ready? Oh. Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a look at our passage that both of you guys read. Passage number 2, Kevin's book report. All right, I'm going to read it really quick, and then I'm going to have you guys come up as your group. Kevin wasn't worried about his book report. He had 3 whole weeks to get it done. There was no reason to get started right away, especially when he had just gotten a new video game. The next day, Kevin thought about going to the library to pick out a book for his report, but decided to play with his friends instead. He could go to the library on the weekend instead. The weekend came, and rather than going to the library, Kevin spent the whole weekend at his cousin's farm. He didn't go to the library the next week either. There was always something fun to do instead. 2 weeks passed, and Kevin still hadn't picked out a book. By the time he finally got to the library, there was not enough time to read the book and write the report. Kevin tried to write the report without reading the whole book, but it didn't go very well. Kevin failed the assignment. All right, Caroline and Allie, what did your group say the theme of this passage was?
Don't wait till the last minute.
Don't wait till the last minute. Good. No, what did your group say about this?
My bad. No drive equals no power.
No drive. Can you explain that one a little?
Yeah, like if you don't like work hard and like try to get somewhere, like you don't got drive, and you don't really get like the power to do things. It's like my man The Rock said. It's about drive. It's about power.
Oh my God,
And if we
Oh,
don't
okay,
do that,
okay.
yeah.
I see. All right, so let's take a look at these 3 themes. Schoolwork's more important than playing, don't put things off to the last minute, and Kevin should have done his book report first. So one of these, I think I heard somebody say.
Two.
So when we're looking at these 3, what do we think the theme is? Everyone- Two. Good, no, do we see it? Number 2?
Yeah, basically what I said.
Which yours kind of also works. Make sure you work hard. Don't put things off to the last minute. Good. Okay, I'm proud of you guys. You did great. So now, who can give me, I want Caroline and Allie, why don't you guys tell me what was one piece of evidence that you guys have to back it up?
He had 3 whole weeks to do it.
He had 3 whole weeks to do it. Good. What's another piece, Allie?
He decided to play with his friends instead.
Good. Noah, what about you? What about your group?
By the time you got to the library, there was not enough time to read the book and write the report.
Good job. You guys had any other pieces?
He failed.
He
yesterday.
failed.
Good. Okay, you guys are doing great picking out evidence. So all of those things that you just told me all prove what point, what theme of the lesson.
Don't put things off to the last minute.
Good job. All right. So now I want you guys to try it on your own. And this will be your ticket out the door. I'll hand you guys one of yours. And then when you're finished, you can bring it up to me. And then we will be done for the day. But just before we finish our lesson, who can tell me one more time what is a theme of a story?
A lesson.
A lesson. Good. Something
The main point.
good. It's what the author's trying to teach you. All right. You guys can do these on your own time. And then when you're done, just bring them up and I'll check them.